Hi all, welcome to this session. This is second session for Veka tool. Already I have uploaded Veka video tool 1 and now this is Veka video tool 2. So in the Veka video tool 1 we saw what is Veka and then who developed it and what are the data sets and then what data set we have taken in order to pre-process. And now we are going to using the same data set. We are going to see like how classify, cluster, associate and visualize is going to happen. So let me show you again how to upload the data for pre-processing. So then I've installed my Veka in program file. So I have a file folder for Veka 384. In that I have a data where in that I have n numbers of data sets where I've already told you that Veka accepts only .arff, that is attribute related file format, and then CSV comma separated file comma separated value files. Here we have arrays.arff. So I'm going to open this. I'm going to process the data set. In your video 1, Veka tool video 1, I've already explained about the pre-process tab, what is the edit option and what are all this and what are all this. So you can see my video 1 for Veka tool. And now we are going to see about the classify. So in process as of now in this video, I've just uploaded a iris.arff data file. Okay, and then now I'm going to see classify. By default in Veka tool 0R algorithm is actually chosen. So now I would like to choose trees, which is maybe decision tree. Maybe here I'll choose net base. Okay, so net base I would like to choose. So here cross validations. You have cross validations. If you click on this. If you click on this namebase, it will show you a different number of options. I'm using a default options here. Okay, I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to use a default options here. Here I have a cross validation fold string. What does it mean? Is like my data set is going to be divided into 10 folds, that is 10 subdivisions. 10 divisions, my data set is being divided into 10 subdivisions. Okay, that is called cross validations. So you can mention any number. It's like default it's 10, so I'm going to give it 10. Okay, so you have more options. So output model for training splits, the output entropy evaluation measures, maybe entropy evaluation measures, Gini index, gain ratio, and stuff will be there. So since it's a very basic and beginner tool, I'm planning to just go with the default options already given. Okay, so and this is the class. So for class only classifications, obviously you have to choose which class the attributes belongs to. Yes, so I've chosen class, that is which species. So I would like to remind again, I've already told this in my video 2, video 1 Veka tool. Video 2 I want to give a quick introduction. In my iris.arff, I have 4 input attributes, that is sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. These are all 4 input attributes. By analyzing those 4 input attributes, I have to classify, or I have to come to a conclusion under which species, that is my output, which species it falls. I have 3 species here, that is Setosa, Virginica and then versicolor. So under which species my attributes are going to fall, or the data set actually each and every tuples is actually going to fall under which class. Okay, so classification you already know, it's a supervised. So a class label will be given for each and every tuples. Okay. So now I'm going to start. I have given a net base. I have mentioned that I'm going to divide my data set into 10 for the class and then norm class, that is the species, versicolor, Setosa and then Virginica. So I'm going to give a start. So if I'm going to give a start, so this is the output I am getting in the tab classify. Okay, so see here in a relation instance, these are the 5 attributes, these are the 4 input attributes and the class is the 5 attributes. Test mode is I have divided my attributes, or that is my data set, into 10 4 cross validations, and these are all the outputs I've got for the namebase classifier. So for sepal length, for the attribute sepal length, these are all the mean deviations, and then for sepal length for the class Setosa, and for the class it is versicolor, and for the class it is Virginica. Okay, so what is the mean, standard deviation, means and precisions are all calculated for sepal length. Likewise here for sepal width, for each and every classes mean, standard deviation, weighted sum, precisions are calculated. Likewise, petal length for all the 3 classes, and then petal width for all the 3 classes. Okay, the time taken to build the model is 0 seconds, because just in a very few fraction of a second we just got it, so it's 0 seconds. And then see here, these are all correctly classified instance. It means like you have 150, right? You have 150 records, as I've already told you in your video 1, you have 550 records in your iris.arff. So out of 150, 144 are correctly classified. It means 96% are correctly classified. So remaining is 6 out of 150. Remaining is 6, which is not actually correctly classified. So it is incorrectly classified instances. So Kappa statistics is nothing but it will be from 0 to 1. It's a statistic measure. 0 comes from 0 to 1. So I don't know. I cannot explain each and everything because it will be taking so much time. I just want to tell you it's one of the statistic measure. So it varies from 0 to 1. If it's very closer to 1, it means like it's a Kappa statistic value is good. Okay. And then mean absolute error, you know all this. Root mean square error, relative absolute error, relative squared error, and then finally total number of instances. Okay, so this is the accuracy of the class. So TR is nothing but true positive, FP is nothing but false positive. True positive is nothing but how correctly the classes are classified or instances are classified, and then that is now how incorrect classified sentences comes under FP. Okay. See here, for I've already told out of 150 instances, only 44 are correctly classified, 6 are not correctly classified. So they're saying like for Setosa, actually it's 1. It means that true positive is 1. It means like all the classes of Setosa, all the attributes. Okay, so that for 50, you have 50 records for Setosa, 50 records for Virginica, and 50 records for Versicolor. So all the 50 are properly classified and it is put under a class Setosa. Whereas for Versicolor 0.960, that is some 40.40, 040 is not properly classified. So and that comes under the incorrect class, and then whereas here for Virginica and again some 0.92 only is classified, the remaining 0.60 is not properly classified. Okay, so likewise they have given everything true, positive, true, false for that is true, false for sepal length, petal length, petal width, and then sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Okay, for each and everything it has been calculated. Okay, so for Iris setosa, this complete, the first row is nothing but completely for Iris setosa. See, TP rate is 1, and then this is FP rate is 0, and then precision is 1. 1 means 0 to 1, so 1 is a properly Iris setosa is actually properly classified. Okay, whereas in Versicolor you have few incorrect classified instances, and then for Iris virginica also you have few incorrect classified instances. Okay, so and then finally you get a confusion matrix. See here, A is nothing but Iris setosa. All my 50 instances of Iris setosa are properly classified, whereas Iris versicolor, out of 50, 48 is actually correctly classified, whereas 2 is not correctly classified, it's incorrectly classified. Whereas for Iris virginica, 46 is actually properly classified, 4 is not actually properly classified. So see here, so out of 150, if you sum up all this, you will get 144. If you sum up this, you have 6. That's what they have told here. 144 are correctly classified and 6 is not correctly classified. So incorrect instances, classified instances are 6 and correctly classified instances are 144. So that's what in a confusion matrix form it have given. Okay. So make sure the confusion matrix should satisfy this answer. Okay. So this is what is actually happening. This is what is actually happening in your classified table. And then cluster. So cluster by default it actually gives EM. So I would like to choose simple k-means. So everybody knows simple k-means. So I'm choosing this. And then even if you click this, you'll have n numbers of additional features. Whereas here, since I have, so you obviously know, like in k-means you have to mention how many clusters you have to make. So here by default there are 2 clusters. So by default Veka tool is asking for 2 clusters to make it. But in my problem I have 3 classes to be classified. Okay, so setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So I feel that my cluster, if it's 3, then automatically my instance will be correctly classified, and then my setosa will be put into first cluster, versicolor will be put into second cluster, and Virginica will be put into the third cluster. So what I'm doing is, like, if it's going to be 2, then obviously there will be mismatch. So maybe Setosa might fall into one cluster, whereas Versicolor and Virginica may be split into the first and second cluster. So that might not give you a proper result, since I know that I have 3 classes. Maybe it's going to be millions and millions of data sets. Very difficult for you to specify this cluster. Since here I know that I have 3 classes, labeled classes in my problem, I can say, like, I want to give it as 3 clusters. Okay, so I'm giving OK. So now it will be 3. So now what I'm going to do is, like, this is ignore attributes. Suppose if you feel like if you don't want some attributes to be under processing, you can remove this and then you can ignore that attribute. So I want all the 4 input attributes. So what I'm doing is so I'm going to start. Okay, so I'm going to start. So all my 4 input attributes and classes is here. Okay, so and then here again relation is iris, instance is 150. I have 5 attributes, 4 input attributes, and then 5th one is your output attribute. So clusters, I'm using a full training set for my clusters. There's 150 instances I'm using. So here for k-means, I have used 3 iterations. Okay, so 3 iterations, and then as you know already, k-means you have to select a random centroid. So that's what. So these are these random centroid for iris versicolor, for all the iris versicolor for all the 3 clusters. Okay, so these are the first two centroid are from iris versicolor, and the third random centroid is from iris virginica. So these are the 3 initial random centroid points the algorithm it itself have chosen from the data set. Okay, these values are from data sets. So if there is any missing values, then it's saying, like, obviously it will be replaced with the mean or mode. Okay, so see here, it have formed 3 clusters, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so as you know, I have told you already in my video 1 that 50 instance for Setosa, 50 instance for Versicolor, and 50 instance for Virginica, and it have properly classified. My first cluster have Setosa 50 instances, second cluster have 50 instances of Versicolor, third have 50 instances of Virginica. So they have properly classified. Okay, see here, properly classified. These are all the sepal Okay, sepal and see here, this is yeah, so see here, 0 cluster, they have put all the instances of Versicolor. Yeah, first cluster they have formed for Versicolor, and then here is formed for Setosa, and here is formed for Virginica. Let's see, if I'm going to click this and I'm going to make my cluster as 2 here. Okay, I'm going to make it as 2 here. Let's see how the that is how your output is going to vary. Okay, so see here, I'm going to give star. See here, only 2 clusters have been formed, 0 and 1. Since 0 and 1 are formed, see here, 100. My first cluster have 100 instances. We don't know what it is. Okay, so you have 100 instances you have. Okay, and then in the second one you have 50 instances. Okay, so it obviously does not give you a proper result. Okay, so Versicolor and Virginica may be combined. Yeah, it's all combined. Versicolor and Virginica is combined, and for the 0th cluster, and then for the cluster 1 only iris Setosa is there. So since I know that I have 3 classes, 3 species here, I have changed my cluster now to be 3. Okay. So I'm changing it again. So you can see the difference here. See, 3 clusters are being formed. Okay, but if it's going to be millions and millions of data, that's very difficult for you. And then see here, it's like 50, 33%, 33%, properly classified. Okay, it's properly classified.